Hello, it's Andy Graham of the Ask Andy Show. I've traveled non-stop for 16 plus years, been to 90 countries, and still moving. I'm in Vilcabamba, Ecuador. I'm sitting on the steps of the Iglesia, the church, Catholic church here. Okay, Tim K's got another question. What is the overall lesson one learns from travel with regard to clash of cultures? You know, culture. They got many terms, and they're really confusing. But culture clash or culture shock is when you're in a culture and everything's just so radically different that the rules that you're used to. Like, I'll give an example. You could be standing in line here, and, or say it happens a lot in Africa. You're standing in line and somebody just walks right in front of you and start, you're at the grocery store and somebody does it. So this is a cultural change that causes a kind of a clash of cultures. But the biggest clash of cultures is when probably is with the Europeans. There's a lot of Europeans that I probably need Tim to define what he's calling clash of cultures. But the biggest clash of cultures I have is when I'm dealing with Europeans. And a lot of times, especially the Brits, they'll spend a lot of time trying to bully, I guess you'd say. And there's always these trendy issues. Like, it was really bad with when George Bush was in office, because it was like trendy for the Europeans to complain about him. Then the Americans would go along and help. Oh, by the way, there's a restaurant behind you called the Soul Flower. It's kind of a whole square is surrounded by gringo-type restaurants. So it's I'm trying to show you what's behind me right now. But what's the best thing I've learned to travel with regard to clash of cultures? Okay, here's the answer. Keep your mouth shut. Just generally wait until the other person exposes their cards, plays all their things that they're doing, and watch their body language. If you watch their body language, you'll see whether they're smiling, frowning, or whatever. And contrary to what you think, it's kind of ridiculous to try to be friends with people. You want to be friends with people that want to be your friends. Don't try to make friends of every single person on the planet. A lot of people laugh because I have this American flag on my back. It's impermeable. It's never going to change. I'm going to be an American all my life. And if a person doesn't like you for that, then just, I call it a Euro trash repellent, okay? So what you want to do is walk away from this type of person as quick as possible, but pretend you're a poker player, let them play their cards, let them do the body language, watch their body language always, see if they're being aggressive, looking down, or they're lying. I mean, a lot of people that won't look you in the eye are really kind of weasels, okay? So, what you want is just somebody that smiles and looks at you and wants to be your friend. And if you don't see that immediately, why are you proceeding on? We don't have to talk to everybody on the planet. No, on the other side is when you first leave the country and you're in your first country, everything seems so bright and new and happy that you think that everybody's your friend. And you realize that some of these people are really just winding you up, they enjoy trying to make you look stupid. And a lot of Americans don't see it because we're not really used to that in our culture. Americans are pretty polite that way, while a lot of the other cultures pride themselves in mockery and sarcasm. So, but this is normally not your 200 poor countries. It's usually your rich countries trying to do it. I guess Sigmund Freud had it all. It's all penis on me, guys. Everybody wants to, push the other person down and rise up at the expense of somebody else. Okay, but simple thing: keep your mouth shut. Listen more than you talk. Exposing what you're thinking about is okay, but I mean, you got to realize that if somebody starts to mock it, or listen to the tone of their voice and the way they say it. Don't trust your instincts.
We can